But that's what they did. They dropped, and I'm like, you know what? You would do that. If you're doing a set and I tell you to drop it, it's like RoboCop. Drop it, one of the greatest movies of all time. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's Simon the Bald Asshole. You shouldn't announce the day on YouTube, because one person will watch this on a Thursday. First comment, it was Thursday, and I watched it, and I'll be like, I'll take you out, pal. I won't do that for the record. So look, it is the weekend. Sunday is dumb day, but Saturday is just whatever day. It's just days to do content, you know what I mean? And I thought this the other day, like, it's just common vernacular to me now, and I'm sure to a lot of people watching as well, but it's still fun to talk about, that there's a whole language around the gym. And imagine you'll go to the gym for the first time, or a fitness suite, as some people like to call it, and you just, like, number 10 sums it up. I don't want to give it away just yet, like it's some kind of big lottery thing. But if you don't know the right words and you don't know what they mean, it would be like going to France, right? Someone in France goes, oh, bonjour, s'il vous plaît. I don't talk French. You'd be like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak French, which is why you always need to learn. I don't speak French in French, what we're even talking about. But it's the same with the gym. You need to be loaded up with the information, and I have decided to load you up. It's a terrible choice of words, but look, here's just 10 gym terms you got to know. Number 10 is spotting. Right? Now, we all think that everyone knows what spotting means, because we do, because we've been walking up to dudes our whole lives going, yeah, dude, can you spot me, please? I need to do more weight. But that doesn't mean anything if you don't know. If someone walks up to you and goes, can you spot me? You're like, what? Are you a dog? Like, what does that mean? Like, you poke them on the nose? Like, what's the spotting? Now, no one knows this. The term is actually spotter. That's what it comes from, because what does a spotter do? A spotter looks out for things. I think it comes from the army as well. Like, if you're a sniper in the army, you'd have a spotter, and that's basically protecting the guy sniping to make sure there's nothing around, and to say, oh, look, there's a guy. Oh, look, there's a guy. So you're helping him out. And what do when you're in the gym? You help somebody out by spotting. So yes, just in case you are a brand new beginner, this may never happen again, given what's happened to the world over the last few months. But if someone does come up to you and wants to break social distancing and says, can you spot me? It means they want you to go and help them, basically with the reps when they start to hit failure. Don't do what 99% of people do, which is, say, doing bench press. As soon as somebody starts to struggle, they leap over the thing and they grab it and just whip it back onto the rail for you. You're like, that's not a spot. That's you picking up the bar. And I get there is an art to it, but I would always much rather somebody barely help me than, like I say, thrust it in my direction and just threw the weights away. It happens all the time. Then you have to look at them like, oh, I can't be mean because you did something kind, but also you're a waste. That's a joke. Number 9 is failure. Right? What does failure mean? Failure is a bad word. It's a negative word. You're a failure. You failed. You suck is basically what it means. But in the gym, it's actually the greatest thing ever. You want to be training to failure, which, as you can probably figure out, and well, no, that's why I'm doing this video. But it means if you are aiming to do 12 reps of bicep curls and you get to 10 and you're like, oh, I can't do it anymore, you have hit failure. Basically meant that you've exhausted your muscles. Your biceps in this case, can't handle anymore. And that is faboo, because it means you're going to break down all the muscle fibers and they're going to be primed for growth and getting nutrients, and you're on your way to Jack City. But yeah, I was just thinking this the other day. If I went to the gym now and someone said, oh, you need to, or even when you're watching these videos, you need to train to failure, you can probably figure it out. But it also sounds a bit like you should train to the point that you just give up and you fail. Number 8 is working. Again, something that may never exist again, but what it used to mean in the old world, when we all used to act like normal human beings, is I don't know why people don't go, why we had to come up with this, I don't know. Can I just use that machine at the same time as you? Or can I use that piece of equipment at the same time as you? That's what it means. But we decided to go, can I work in with you? Like we're doing some kind of business meeting. Like when you email someone, I hate emails like this. You email someone, they go, the meeting last week, which means regarding. It's like, just write regarding. You don't have the time for me to, the extra 3 seconds to write ARDING. I'm not worth those letters, am I? And it's the same here. It's like, can I work in with you, please? What? You want to give them, just like bring out some maths homework? Yeah, sure, do it for me. It just means they want to join in with you, and you should always say yes, because gyms, again, different, but stereotypically, gyms are oversubscribed, and you just have to let people do what they want to do. Don't be the guy in the gym that hogs every single machine and decides that nobody else can use a machine, because that guy is probably worse than gym bros. Number 7 is drop sets. I found out this with someone I was training with, and I said, oh, do a drop set. They dropped the weights on the floor. It's great for me. I laughed for a long ass time. But that's what they did. They dropped, and I'm like, you know what? You would do that. If you're doing a set and I tell you to drop it, It's like RoboCop. Drop it. One of the greatest movies of all time. Drop it. Well, he used to go up at it. He used to go, drop it. I'll put a clip in. But what it actually means is that, again, we'll do bicep curls because it's easy. You got a couple of 12 kilograms in this sense. Oh, man, you get to your 12 reps. Like, oh, I failed. And if you do a drop set, it means you grab a couple of 8 kilograms instead. So you drop the weight. Should be called a drop weight set. And then you can carry on a little bit because, of course, you've only fatigued your arms with the weight that you're using. And you can 9 times out of 10 get more repetitions out with a lighter weight. And that's absolutely going to prime you for growth too. Don't overdo them. That's what I would say. I think some people do drop sets too much simply because you think, oh, if I do it all the time. You can do them a lot, but always remember to keep your body guessing. Number 6 is DOMS. DOMS. I know people that go to the gym every single day and they know what DOMS is, but they don't know what it stands for. It stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. So they go, oh, I got DOMS. And I go, it's like people that wear Guns N' Roses t-shirts. You go, name one Guns N' Roses song. They go, Sweet Child of Mine. And name another one. They're like, and they just run away because they've been busted. I don't actually care. You should wear what you want. If you like the design, I don't buy into that crazy thing. Oh, you don't like the band, you shouldn't wear the t-shirt. Wear whatever the flip you want. Wear the picture of somebody else's mum. Do you know that mum? No, I just wanted to wear a t-shirt with your mum on it. I mean, that's creepy and weird. Don't do that necessarily, but you take my point. But yeah, DOMS is, so if you, again, we'll just do biceps because we're already here now. If you train biceps on Monday and you wake up on Wednesday, like, oh, my bicep hurts, you have DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. Usually, well, most people use it as a gateway to figure out actually if they've trained hard or not. It's absolutely irrelevant. You can have a great workout session and tear your muscle down with zero pain. It all depends how quickly you're recovering and what your body's going to do. And before long, you'll be saying DOMS all the time. Oh, I got DOMS, I got TOMS. You'll rip your rotator cuff and go, oh, it's DOMS. It's not. Your supraspinatus tendon is screwed and you need to get it sorted out. But there's another one. And again, no one ever told me this stuff, so I've decided to tell you. Number 5 is negative reps. Again, if you take that literally, you're doing those bicep curls and you'd be like, oh, I'm so sad, I hate my life. My life sucks. It's a negative rep, right? You're not having a good time. What it actually means is to focus on the negative part of the rep. We need to change all these words. It should be called negative part of the rep. I know it doesn't roll off the tongue as well, but it's about making sure we're educating and empowering people with the knowledge. So yeah, as you come up, you want to take your time with that as well. You want to squeeze and again, do what you can. And on the way down, it's the negative part of the rep. Don't just drop it. Next time you go to the gym, you watch the amount of people that go, woof, you've just wasted like an amazing part of maybe the most important part of the lift. In fact, I would argue it is the most important part of the lift. A good guideline is 1 second up, 2 seconds down, or 2 seconds in the negative. So yes, if somebody asks you to do a negative rep, don't just start crying about your life. Just make sure you're going slow on the way down. Number 4 is superset. This doesn't mean turn into Superman. It doesn't mean you do something over the top. It just means you're pushing 2 exercises together. When you're now saying, Simon, why isn't it called that? I don't know. I don't know who came up with these terms. The person that came up with these terms clearly was the ultimate gym bro. Dude, superset, man, yeah. Oh, it's not creating. Yeah, I'm pumped. But it's like, it's just that. So again, you're doing bicep curl with dumbbells, barbells easier. You're doing, and you want to superset that with preacher curls. So you do 12 reps, 9, 10, 11, 12. And as soon as you're done, you run over to the preacher curl and you do another 12, whatever you're going to do. That's a superset. You have made your set and turned it superb because you're doing 2 exercises at once. Everyone in the gym hates you because you're losing a lot of equipment, but you're allowed to do this. Just be nice. Number 3 is deload. It's a bizarre word to use. It just means take it easy. It really does. Some people are going, you have simplified these terms too much. That's what people like. People like things to be simplified because we've got enough to think about and we've got enough to get confused. But it just means if you take a deload week when you're training, it means rather than training to failure all the time or rather than training at 100% all the time, which you should be doing as much as you can, you take a week off. You still go to the gym, but you operate at, 60, 70, 75%, somewhere around that range. It just gives your body a chance to reset. Maybe you rehab some niggling injuries. You just chill out for a while. You're still lifting weights because you love it, but you're not pushing yourself to levels of craziness. There's so many better ways to put that, but someone had to call it deload, like we're machines. We've already mentioned RoboCop once. That's what it's all about. People just wanted to be the damn Terminator, and they wanted it to, match up to Arnold Schwarzenegger as much as they can. So they said this. I'm sure there's a scientific reason for it too, but, I ain't doing it. Number 2 is progressive overload. I love that one. That sounds like a move in Call of Duty. You've unlocked progressive overload. Boom, boom, boom. It literally just means, again, bicep curls. Stick there. If you did 12 kilogram bicep curls on Monday. When you next train biceps, or maybe the following week, do 13 kilograms, do 14 kilograms. Just make sure that you are progressively overloading. So again, you're going up, you're increasing the weight, because that's an awesome way to know that you're headed in the right direction. There are other ways you can do it too. For example, you're like, well, I don't really want to increase from 12 kilograms because it's quite heavy. Okay, cool. Last week you did 12 reps. This week you're going to do 14 reps. So again, you're progressively overloading. You should just call it increase the weight, but I guess there's more, it's a bit more layered and there's a bit more depth to it than that. But that's all it is. It's nice and simple, and really it's the most important thing you can do in the gym, so it's good to know the term. Number one is, I can't say it, and yes, people go nuts in the comments. I do my best. I try and say it the right way, but it comes out like this, is hypertrophy. Or hypertrophy, I don't know what it is. It just means the increase and growing of muscle cells, which is why when you're reading sort of intelligent documents about bodybuilding or weightlifting or fitness, it goes, oh, you want to achieve hypertrophy. It just means get big muscles. That's it. That's what it, again, you can get into it a little bit more deep than that should you so wish, but I don't think you do. I just think you want to go to the gym and smash it. But that was a word when I first saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, hypertrophy, dude. And I ran home and Googled it. I was like, I don't know what that means at all. And it's because, again, it's just science. I understand why science does get in the way of bodybuilding. All the idiots that have reacted and haven't made it to the end of the video have now been trolled. Because it really is a science, bodybuilding, when you break it right down. We may love it, but the way you have to eat and the nutrition and how it affects your body, it's biology. It really, really, really is. So that's where it actually all comes from. But I do think it's important to know all these things. So if you didn't know, hopefully now you did. And even if you did know, hopefully I've made you feel all empowered and like, woohoo, hey. It's nice though, isn't it? It's cool. It's like we're part of this big little club. Big little club doesn't make sense, but we're part of the BLC, the big little club. Make sure you like the video, share the video, smash the subscribe button, the bell, ding, ding. Forgot to say that last time. Got a Patreon, patreon.com/Simon316, and I got Twitter and Instagram. It's all in the description. You can go in there, you can click away to your heart's content. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow, and make sure you kick some ass.